Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We have got a lot to do today. First things first, I don't have any steel. And I need steel. Why are you not producing? They're not producing because coal is too expensive. Okay, alright. So we're going to build some coal mines right here next to the steel mill. And hopefully that's not going to goof up our finances too much. But it's not going to goof up our finances none either. Let's set the tooling workshops back to... Let's give it a couple weeks. Just to make sure that the steel mill really is not going to hire. We'll wait till this ticks over to February 21st. And if it doesn't, then we'll put the workshops back to whatever. Yeah. There's a lead shortage on account of the steel short. Okay, alright. It is producing. It is producing, and maybe it will continue to produce. It is continuing to produce. But it's short on coal because of the coal shortage. Automate success. That puts us back up at 20%. Here's hoping. I'm going to only build one of these coal mines, because I think I'm only going to need one to get Castile back to being kind of normal. I really don't want to go to laissez-faire, but I think it might be the only way. How much cash is in the investment pool? Okay, so there's a lot of cash in the investment pool right now. But I don't have the resources to continue to expand construction at this time. It sure would be nice if my various investor classes would invest in the necessary resources, but they it looks like they mostly are not. Yeah, look, they're investing in logging camps in Luzon. That's nice. Get the coal. Get the coal. All right. One of our armies is a little bit low on organization. Let's put another fella in here. We see Scarred is okay. So we'll put that guy in charge. Our cash flow is really rough. What I really need to do is get, like, war reparations over something. Maybe I should help the USA go after Mexico. Oh my goodness. USA really went ham and cheese on Mexico. Man. I guess I didn't have an interest in the right location. Alright. But, relationship's still good. Come on, give me National Militia. Hey! Excellent. So, this is going to significantly reduce our costs. In fact... Let's do a little bit of army reorganization. We've got a lot of cavalry when we don't need a lot of cavalry. Central Army is good to go. The Guard, they're good to go. But the Northern Force, I'm going to drop the size of... Let me see. Lancers are 30 offense. Skirmish Infantry are 25 offense. So realistically, I think I can drop the number of Lancers and the number of Skirmish Infantry. So this puts this army at 18. Which is fine. I actually think I want them to be at 16. And that'll be fine. So I guess I didn't need another general there after all, but that's alright. And that's going to make our finances a little bit better. On the other hand, most of what we're spending on is government wages. Have I reduced government wages yet already? Yes, I have. Alright, so that's... I can't do anything with that. I suppose I do have a little bit of an excess of bureaucracy. We will go ahead and increase the education investment. And that'll at least use some of that, but I could continue to reduce. Because this interest line item is really doing me rough right now. Although we are making money while building. So that's actually a really promising improvement. I think I might go ahead and throw down another coal mine here. Alright, so no, so this is actually good. We actually have what we need to have right now. Obviously, the armed forces are salty, but you know they'll be all right. They'll be fine eventually. See, look, the opinion malice is already going down. It's not really, but that's okay. These things happen. So, I'm going to rename these armies. I'm going to call this the Spanish Expeditionary Force, because this is the force that I use for naval invasions. I'm going to call this the Royal Guard. I think Guardia Real means Royal Guard, but I don't know that. And we'll call this the Coastal Defense Force. We'll call this the Interior Defense Force. And this the Coastal Defense Force. And that will be fine. That'll be just fine. Organization is at 100% in this army, so that's alright. Alright, so now we do have this coal mine running. It's having trouble hiring. Alright, there we go. So now you're hiring. So that's good. And that should be making this steel mill more productive by reducing the local price of coal, yes? Ugh. The situation's a little rough here, friends. But I am clearing my national debt while building, so that's a positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the size of this steel mill. Castile is an ideal location for steel mills. Hold on. Is Castile... No, Castile's got 1 million peasants. Castile, this is a fine place to build all this industry. And I cannot understand why we would be in a situation where we're experiencing all these shortages in the manner in which we are. Alright, so after that, once we got sufficient steel output that our tooling workshops can operate. That's right. Now, I'm going to have one of these furniture manufactories produce luxury furniture and see how that goes with luxury furniture. Alright, so we're a little bit over what we need, but I can cut a trade route. And that'll be just fine. So what do I need once the steel problem is solved? I think the answer to that is I need my own source of ammunition. Do I have the technology to produce that? No. I'm working on railway at the moment. I got intensive agriculture spreading. That's very, very good. In fact, I'll actually cancel that out because this is going to spread to me and that's going to be perfectly fine. So we'll go directly to percussion cap. Oh, percussion cap is also spreading. Oh, beautiful. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm in a great position. National Militia was the right call. Oh, I'm so smart. Mining accident. A mine in Catalonia has collapsed, trapping miners within the dark shafts below. The scale of the accident has made the tragedy a story across Catalonia and the nation. They dug me out, but left my friend behind. That was all the foreman was able to get out of the wretched boy. Sooty rags clung to him like wispy strands of a torn funeral jacket. Whether he held back his tears for fear of a beating or to keep strong, the foreman did not know. He was spent for the day. The foreman hoped the manager had a mind for mercy. Once again, I'm going to go with, these mines are a blight on man and countryside alike. And unfortunately, that's going to give me some radicals in the middle classes, but that's okay. That's not that much of a problem. So, now, I do want to get to homesteading. I've got a lot of authority kicking around. I'm going to throw a consumption tax on liquor. Oh, I wonder if that's because the queen is no longer considered a child at 16. Well, it was a different time. At 16, and yes, it appears that's correct. So she's lost the child trait and gained the hedonist trait, which is a decent place to start. Alright, so now we've got a proper queen. Does child give you a penalty to legitimacy? I don't think so. So how can I reorganize here? I can get to 66 if I put the petite bourgeoisie in instead of the intelligentsia. If I keep the intelligentsia in, if I bring in the industrialists, that does nothing for me. If I bring in the petite bourgeoisie, that does nothing for me. If I bring in both, that does nothing for me. So I think maybe the play is Catholic Church, petite bourgeoisie, royal folk. Well, that doesn't actually get me out of the contested territory. And I want the intelligentsia around here. Do authoritarians hate voting? They do. Alright. Cool. If I go to homesteading, that's going to really piss off my landowners. It's going to make my absolutist movement more active. And it's going to have a lot of stall chance. So what I need... So the question is... Do you care about land reform? You do not. So the question is... Can I get a land reformer anywhere? I can get a land reformer, but only for the trade unions. That does not help me. Okay. Answer, I can't. Because ideally, I want a landowner who aligns with the Catholic Church. But I could go with one from one of these other strong interest groups as well. But seeing as that's not going to be possible, I think we'll stay with tenant farmers for the moment and work on other stuff. I could get a National Guard. Rural folk would like a National Guard. I mean, everyone would prefer National Guard to no home affairs, clearly. So this would significantly reduce the impact of harvest conditions and increase potential mobilization, and increase mobilization potential. And increase the political strength of servicemen and officers. Secret police only increases the political strength of officers. It increases the impact of suppression, but I'm not suppressing that much, so I don't really need that. Guaranteed liberties, on the other hand, increases radicals, reduces radicals from movements, and increases loyalists from movements. I'm still kind of on the fence about this. I think probably I could just get a lot of goodwill by going to National Guard. And again, the rural folk do want that. Let me see who the rural folk are currently... because they're currently led by an authoritarian. I think overall, though, they don't like internal... No, they don't like police. They like internal just fine. Alright, so... On the other hand, maybe we go to per-capita taxation temporarily, and then flip over in the late game. I think that's what we're going to end up doing. Actually, our success chance on this is pretty low. Oh, we want to flip in the petite bourgeoisie. That's what we need. That's how we're going to do this. So, we're going to reform. We're going to hit the petite bourgeoisie button. And then, land-based taxation, super duper easy. Or per capita taxation, rather. And that's going to improve our finances. And then in the late game, we'll flip over to consumption tax. To consumption-based taxation. So, let's take a quick look at our market. Grain is very expensive. I really want to increase the size of the construction sector. Ever-increasing influence. Members of the Spanish-British Friendship Committee have discreetly dispatched one of their number to amplify their mission in Spain's most widely read newspaper. The Spanish-British Friendship Committee has calculated with utmost mastery the dissemination of materials to secure a foothold in both the political world and the public's imagination. With great satisfaction, a lobbyist comments, there is no denying that the number and reach of newspapers is ever expanding. This approach is sure to reach influential lawmakers to favor our scheme. This sets a bad precedent, landowners upset, or this is ingenious, reduced legitimacy. It sets a bad precedent. Sorry, landowners. This is a defensive pact with France. Do they still not want this? What if I owe them an obligation? No, an obligation is only still worth $1. Could I host their Power Blocks embassy? They don't want it. Come on, France, be better friends with me. France! France! Gosh darn it, I'm losing my lobby opportunity here. It's my jelly. I'm losing my jelly. Alright, so coal is, yeah, because of the iron mines. Coal is pretty critical because of the iron mines. I think we got a good cash flow at this point. But I think I would like to get a little bit more out of debt. I currently don't have... Most of these groups I don't care about their legitimacy, so I could hike taxes and get myself out of debt. Well, not really fast, because I've got a huge debt, but, oh, this is going to cost me a lot of radicals if I do this for too long. But it'll be what it is. I've got it. I've got to have it. I've got to have it. Oh, no, I'm down to an illegitimate government. Never mind. I don't have to have it that badly. We're still on high taxes. We're still on high taxes. We're going up to level 2 education. And no one is opposing per capita taxation, so that'll also... Maybe we'll just be better once this is passed. Death and taxes. Lorenzo Larrañaga has suddenly died while drafting legislation for the per-capita taxation law. A human being is dead. The body is barely cold, and you speak of passing legislation. Can you not put politics aside so that we can mourn in peace? Let us mourn the loss of a great leader, increase enactment time, increase enactment success chance. Or we should honor his dying wish, reduce enactment time, reduce success chance. You know, I'm going to go with increased success chance. I always do this. It just feels like the right call. So, this kills a character. Who was it? Oh, it was the authoritarian in charge of the intelligentsia. I think that's who it was. Because I'm pretty sure they were not in the hands of a moderate before. Yeah. He's gone. Ooh, landowners are no longer powerful. Yeah, get out of here, landowners. No one likes you. They're pro-slavery. Oh, man, we're going to have to fight the landowners over slavery. Do I have a pro-slavery movement? I don't. Can I make this movement angrier? The peasant movement. That's the real thing that I need to figure out. Let me see. Price of iron is getting on down towards reasonable. Which means I can afford to build up a few more construction sectors, and I think I'm going to build them in Navarra. And I think I'm going to build them now. I think I'm going to build one of them now, and the other once this steel mill is complete. Interest line item is still decreasing, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. It's reduced by 10 because I don't want to go. Well, again, once we get to per capita taxation, our cash flow will be a lot better. Hey, Sepoy Mutiny, excellent. Everything's on fire in India. Wow, British East India Company really annexed a swath through the middle of the country. That's bananas. You get 'em, India. You get 'em real good. Hey, France, you still don't want to be defensive pact friends? Cool, we're at education level 2 now. That's pretty rock solid. Finances are okay. Let's accelerate again. The art of doing nothing. Though previously opposed to the per capita taxation laws, Federico Alvarez has considered the petit bourgeoisie's political position and instead offers support. While speaking with constituents on matters of law, one must first master the art of appearing to do nothing. While you do everything behind whispers and masked men, indubitably. It's going to get us 10% more enactment chance, and that'll be fine. I'm hoping this isn't a mistake. Because it is going to make it harder to move off of later, because more people like per capita taxation, but hopefully we'll have a method we can use to do what we gotta do. Oh boy, stay hydrated, kids. It's very important. So, could I do some expansion in Southeast Asia? I could steal Aceh. Bali's neutral. Could steal Bali. No one would stop me from stealing Aceh. I could probably beat them in a war. They got an army. They do have something of an army. But it's not a good one. Yeah, I think I can beat them. Let's protectorate them. Alright, and then we'll just grab our main army. We'll move them over to Indonesia. The fleet should already be down there, correct? Yes, it's nearby. So we'll put that there. I think that's going to be the sea node that the invasion is going to come from. So that should be fine. We're short on mana wars. Do we not have our own military shipyards? Oh boy, no, that's not the right call. Yeah, reinforced wooden ships never feels like the right call. So they're in Western Andalusia. Okay, so they're increasing in employment right now. They're short on hardwood. Does Western Andalusia have any logging? It does. So let's start producing a little bit of hardwood here. We have a little bit of stall chance now from the landowners who would prefer land-based taxation. Well, I guess that's not shocking, really. Excuse me, what? Excuse me? Dutch East Indies, you've decided to join us. How delightful. I guess you realize this means war. Alright, so I'm going to send most of my defense forces here. And I'm going to try to steal some real territory from the Dutch East Indies this time around. So, what do I want? I want West Borneo, I want East Borneo, and maybe I want Banjar. I could transfer subject Banjar. And this is Sambas. I could transfer subject Sambas. Those would both be useful. The other end I could also conquer. I could conquer Aceh. Ooh. That is tempting. Do I want to do this? I think the answer is probably yes. Because then I can throw that into Aceh. I also want West Borneo and East Borneo. So first, I'm going to throw on these two. So we'll get the rest of Borneo into Brunei's hands. Yeah, I think I'm going to focus on Borneo this time. So, conquer East Borneo. Conquer West Borneo. Oh no. Oh no, I've done this wrong. No, it's okay. I did it for the Philippines, but it's fine. I can transfer it back over to them. Oh, I'm so good at video games. Conquer West Borneo on behalf of Brunei. And then let's add transfer subjects for Sambas and Banjar. So I'm going to need to guard all these fronts. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. So let's do it. Now probably nobody's... Netherlands might get involved, but I'm not too worried about that. So, Expeditionary Force, you're going to go here. Royal Guard, you're going to go here. And interior defense force, you're going to go. The atmospheric engine. Through the widespread introduction of the atmospheric engine in the mining industry, productivity is at an all-time high. When steam first began to pump and wheels go around at so many revolutions per minute, what are called business habits were intended to make the life of a man run in harmony with the steam engine, and his movement rival the engine in punctuality. I'm sure we can squeeze a bit more from these machines. Extra mines throughput, extremely tempting. This has great implications for transportation. Extra tech progress for railways, or perhaps there's an even better way, extra tech progress for water tube boiler. Let me see. Where are we with railway? So 3.5K would basically finish railway. If I finish railway... Well, but these have almost fully spread. But it's progress on the thing I'm currently working on. Which is the highest priority, I think. I'm going to go directly to water tube boiler pretty soon. Once this other stuff is done. Yeah, I actually think I'm going to close out percussion cap. Because that's going to finish... This is going to finish spreading to me before I... Well, no, because I'm about to finish railway. Alright. Yeah, here's what we're going to do. Percussion cap, then over to water tube boiler, and then I'm going to hit that button for... Oop, not this one. Hit that button for railway. So that's going to get that very close to done. Now, philanthropy. The upper strata have decided to donate generously to the poor. Many among them even advocate for the per-capita taxation law, agreeing that it would be a fair means of redistributing wealth. We have so much, and they have so little. We are still wealthy, even when we give generously. Are you really going to miss a few £1,000s? Think of how little that money means to you, and how much it could mean to a starving mother and her children. Encourage charitable giving. Increases standard of living for lower strata for 1 year. 10% enactment chance. Or... leverage their support for per-capita taxation, 20% enactment chance instead. I'm going to go with encouraging the charitable giving. Increasing lower stratum standard of living in the short term is very good. Dutch East Indies, where's your fleet? Here. No, that's a set. Here. So, I'm going to send my fleet to shoot at their fleet. Because I think their fleet's guarding supply lines. Actually, I think I send my fleet here. I put a new leader in charge. Let's get this guy. And we'll get someone doing convoy raiding. And that'll just damage their economy real bad. So I'm realizing I should actually cover this front more, because that ratio is really rough. And this ratio is only okay. We're gonna need to go slow here. Alright, so there's railways. That's good. Rest of our armies are still kind of on their way here. Let's increase military imports, because I need those. Buy some from the British. And ammunition. We can't buy any more of that. But we'll have the means to produce that very soon. So the beginning of this war is going to be a little rough. Oh, I see. Now, this army does need to go here. Okay, alright. That was a lot faster than I was hoping. We got more units coming in. Happily, these fronts have all merged, so that means that we can put our armies on them and do what we wish to do relatively soon. We're losing that battle, but force comparison's increasing ever more. There's intensive agriculture. That's beautiful. So now it's just percussion cap. That'll be done really soon, and we can start building our own munitions stuff. Alright, so we'll just get a hold of all of this good stuff here. Philippines is still very low in Liberty Desire. I'm very pleased about that. It'll make it sting less when I steal the territory from them. Ooh, stonk exchange. Stonks. Increased market access price impact. That seems bad. That doesn't seem like something that's very good. That seems like the opposite of a good thing to have. Alright, I think we're going to go just a hair longer. Yeah, I know there's an ammo shortage. Social banditry. When the people of Catalonia tell a story of a highwayman who robs from the rich and gives to the poor, the legend is spreading quickly throughout Spain, damaging support for the per-capita taxation law. He's so dashing. Even as he stole the pearls from around my neck, I couldn't help but feel flustered. He left a single red rose upon my lap as he vanished into the night with a flourish of his cape. Hunt down the bandit. 33% chance of increased enactment chance, 66% chance of decreased or significantly decreased, and 25% of lower strata popsicle moronical, or attempt to relieve poverty in Catalonia, 100% chance of reduced enactment, but increased standard of living for lower strata and extra tax waste. We'll do the second one. Catalonia has suffered enough. I'm going to put one of our armies over here, because pressing forward against the enemy on two fronts is generally a rock-solid technique when you've got a force of superior size to your opponent. And there's percussion cap. That's beautiful. Alright, so we got to start building ourselves a freaking munitions plant. So where are my lead mines? Where are my lead mines? Oh, and I can start using soil enriching farming, which is going to be good. Nope, that's not productive. Haven't been watching this as much as I should have been. Where's my lead mines? Do I not have lead mines? I do have lead mines. They're in Catalonia. Alright, so that means Catalonia. We'll build a fertilizer plant, we'll build an explosives factory, and then we'll build an ammo factory, a munitions plant. Then I need to start producing my own artillery in-house. That's going to be something that's very important. Alright, new journal of munitions industry. Wonderful. Happily, we're having rock-solid success bashing away at the enemy in Borneo. Which, again, is kind of the main front. Oh, interesting. So we got a hold of Banjar, and now this is the only front left. That's curious. There's not a front through here with Banjar. Quite curious. So I think, actually, now's the time to invade Aceh. The enemy will need to react to that front soon. And we can keep pressing forward here, because Brunei being partially occupied isn't that much of a problem. And we are winning these battles here. Very good. Next one, we're winning this one as well. Beautiful. We'll see how it looks over here. Force comparison's holding at a nice solid 44. Our offense is very good. Their defense is only mid. I see. So Brunei occupies 83%. Alright, so one more battle should do it. And that puts the front over here, with us getting a hold of this other part of Dutch East Indies, and that'll be just fine. We've successfully invaded Aceh. We've continued to press forward on the Sumatra front. So I think that means Dutch East Indies is going to give up very, very soon. Grassroots support for law. The political wills and desires of the lower classes will always remain an opaque matter. For whatever reason, support for per-capita taxation is spread like wildfire across Spain, spurred on by charismatic speakers and lively debates in small-time social clubs. They're backing what now? Well, who are we to complain? While their support was never a prerequisite for success, it sure doesn't hurt to have it either. Public enthusiasm expedites reform, armed forces stronger, 20% enactment chance, or use the common ground to calm the masses, extra loyalists in Toledo. I'm going to do the first one. Expediting reform seems like the right call. I know I'm not bashing away at my debt as much as I would like to be, but I gotta win this war. And this war is not going to be going on much longer. I've got Aceh completely occupied. Dutch East Indies is rapidly losing war support as more and more of them get occupied. I think I'll do another invasion, naval invasion in their capital pretty soon once I've... Yeah, there we go. So, we'll go ahead and grab the Royal Guard. And we'll invade their capital. And that'll create another front. It'll just make things even sillier for me, and that'll be nice. Shortage of artillery, well, that's fine. That is what it is. Now, I shouldn't lose this occupation when Aceh capitulates, because Aceh is going to capitulate. Obviously, Dutch East Indies is not going to capitulate until... Oh, beautiful. And we're pressing forward to the east, which is wonderful. The enemy does have an army here at this point, but I'm feeling pretty solid. Alright, there's a Aceh. Let's put this other army over here. So we are winning in the battle in South Sumatra. We've got a hold of their capital now, so I think their collapsing is inevitable. This is should be the last battle. Oh, no, it's not the last battle in South Sumatra. What's going on over there? Why are we losing occupation there? Is it because of this nonsense? Caesar Roberts is exiled from Liberia. I don't know if that impacts things. Hey, give me all this good stuff. They're willing to give up it all. All right. Cool. Save us some money. All right. So, first things first. Overlord actions. Grant state. Filipino East Borneo. It is what it is. Sorry, Philippines. But Brunei needs to own Borneo. Aceh will start improving relations. And that's all I'm going to do for now, friends. It's been a fun little war. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.